Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00. This is my Lore and Theories video series. In this episode, we will look at the temporal anomalies within the Halo universe, usually around Forerunner relics, and what this may mean for the universe at large. So I've spoken about how the Forerunners harvest their energy and the fact that it is highly unethical, brutal, and cruel manner of powering their civilization by cannibalizing other nascent universes and realities and absorbing their immense energy to power their constructs. Well, today we're going to look at one particular aspect of Forerunner energy and technology that seems to have a very interesting effect on reality and what this could potentially mean for the future lore. In Halo Silentium, it is discussed by the Didact no less that the power source of Requiem actually consumes nascent universes. Just the ability to do this means that reality has to be bent and distorted beyond recognition in order to achieve such a task. Fred, in Halo Last Light, witnesses what is likely the energy source of the Forerunner constructs in the caverns under Gao, and the following takes place. Fred stood on the brink of creation, watching universes wink into being, then swell into silvery eggs of brilliance, and implode into nothing. He saw galaxies spin up from the emptiness and send their arms whirling off across the void, saw their cores collapse into holes that were deeper and darker and hotter than any hell that man had ever imagined. He saw the birth of all things and the end of everything, saw the wave of eternity roll across a universe of universes and swallow them all in the blink of an eye. And still Fred stood there, on the brink of annihilation, staring down into a hole so deep it had punched through existence itself. He could not recall how long he had been there, what had come before, and what was to come next. He simply was a man who had inadvertently stepped to the edge of time and space and found himself bound by a mystery too vast and bright and endless for him to comprehend, too filled with paradox and potential for any human mind to grasp. "Lieutenant," the voice came to Fred deep inside his mind, and for a time he wondered if it belonged to the universal creator in which he had never believed, if he had somehow passed from the world of the living into the realm of the once living and not even noticed. "Lieutenant, do you read me?" "Who's asking?" Fred cocked his head, in the process turning his faceplate away from the bottomless hole and all of its cosmogenic mystery. And he found himself suddenly back in time and space, the beam of his helmet lamp illuminating a distant circle of a hangar wall. He checked his HUD and saw that only 10 minutes had passed since he had left Olivia with Lopez, and the rest of the detail. Mark G313's status light was illuminated, indicating that he was the one on the other end of the transmission. "Didn't I tell you give me 2 hours?" "Yes sir, you did," Mark answered. "And it's been 2 1/4. Fred checked his chronometer again. Still 10 minutes. Fred was inevitably staring and in very close proximity to the very power source of a Forerunner facility due to the cosmological nature of the energy harvesting process and the reality-bending physics which are necessary in order to achieve it. Fred experienced 10 minutes of elapsed time, but to everyone else, over 2 hours had passed. This is not the first instance of things like this happening. During the book Halo First Strike, humans recover a crystal from Menachite Forerunner complex on Reach, which possesses incredible power, capable of warping space, energy, gravity, and even time and slipspace. Being an artifact of high significance, they take it off-world and on board a captured Covenant ship called Ascendant Justice. When the Ascendant Justice jumped into slipspace, the crystal rearranged itself, emitting radiation during the entire jump and caused gravitational distortions. The location of the ship at the end of this jump was somewhere near the Aranda system, a distance that from reach should have taken several days to traverse instead of only a few minutes. By comparing timestamps from several missions, Dr. Halsey discovered a 3-week average time difference. Her conclusion was that the crystal bent both space and time. A lesser known and more obscure reference to these temporal anomalies is in the case of Spartan Nicole 458, who was a Spartan 2 aboard Nassau Station, an orbital defense platform in orbit around Earth. Spartan 458's unit was preparing for a classified mission on Nassau Station when the only stealth ship Apocalypso tumbled into real space, being carried along in the wake of a freak slipspace anomaly. The anomaly intersected Nassau Station, creating a semi-stable bubble in the space-time continuum on its way back to the 21st century. As a consequence, Nicole 458 is trapped in the 21st century, waiting for the bubble to collapse and hopefully return her to the year 2552. By all appearances, these anomalies tend to present themselves when Forerunner slipspace crystal shards are present, or items are in close proximity to Forerunner energy sources. To be fair, instances of this appear to have also happened around active Shore Fujikawa translite engines, as is the case with Dr. Halsey as she performs experiments around the still active slipspace engine of her ship. So it would appear that these effects are reproducibly evident with or around Forerunner technology, which likely did not go unnoticed by the Forerunners considering their deftness at handling slipstream space physics with ease. Again, as is evident by the shield rod within Onyx, slipspace stasis pods, and even a time lock chamber that held the primordial, that the isodidact set in fast forward, forcing the primordial to experience hundreds of millennia of aging in seconds, leading to its utter disintegration and loss to the sands of time. This leads me to one simple question. Are or were the Forerunners capable of time travel? It is a valid question, given how exquisite their control and understanding of slipspace was. Is it at all likely that this is where the rest of the Forerunners went after firing the Halo array from the safety of the Ark? Is it possible that there are still a significant Forerunner population somewhere in the universe, past, present or future? One further thought on how this could apply to perhaps even some future Halo spin-off games. Could we encounter one of these crystals, perhaps a small Spartan acquisition team discover one and recover it for further analysis by UNSC scientists, only to board their ship and attempt a slipspace jump to a human-controlled space, only to exit back into normal space over 100,000 years in the past, at the time of the human Forerunner War. And so begins a possible trilogy of Halo games where we get to fight as an ultra-advanced ancient humanity under the leadership of Fourth Encho, the Lord of Admirals, and fight against both the Flood and the Forerunner, to the last stand against the Didact. Is this the possible lore theory as to how we could get to experience other facets of the Halo universe and its rich lore timeline in a non-linear fashion? It is a possibility that I am very interested in. How about you? Thanks for watching. Stick your comments down below and I look forward to what you have to say. If you're new to the channel and like lore theories and Halo technology being analysed at insane levels of detail, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so next time I put a video out you're told the second it hits the shelves. I want to thank the Halo community over at Amino for their support of the channel and my rambling blog posts over there. If you're not already a member, I strongly recommend you jump aboard, link is in the description. Also, if you really like the channel, consider popping over to Patreon and give whatever support you can over there. It massively helps me out and frees up more time for me to put into this Halo content. Thanks again everyone, now go rest your brain.